Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the support of Oracle cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled. We're going to do relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. Leo. That's it. Yeah. Let's see where this is going. What is happening here is a good question. I'm getting a couple love cards on your partner side, but I'm also getting the devil card over there too. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Because, yeah, these two come in together. The Two of Cups and the Devil, I feel like they're very, very... see, this is they're putting this in a good... The Devil card is what's actually moving things forward. The Devil card seems to be helping the situation. I'm getting your partners really coming towards you in the sense of like they are missing you. They want you in their life more. They're not feeling they're getting you enough attention from you, enough time from you. They need more time from you. I'm getting the Isis inspiration with the Devil card, which is telling me they're getting very aggravated, that they're not getting enough of your attention. And I feel like they very much love you, and they just feel like they're neglected. I'm getting kind of that feel. Now, you seem to be standing in the spot of the Ace of Pentacles, and you're feeling that Nine of Swords. To you, everything was good. I thought, like, it's almost like I thought we were doing fine. I thought things were good. And the fact that your partner's coming forward so upset, you're like, what is this? I thought we were doing good. That's what I'm getting. And I'm also getting the Tower card here with the friendship. The Tower card is a good thing because you didn't realize that your partner felt this way. It's shocking you. You thought things were good. You're not feeling good about how it's coming forward to you. You're just kind of like, I thought this was good. This is a shock to you. You thought you were on better terms with your partner where they were explaining to you the whole way along. Like, you didn't see any red flags. You just didn't see anything like that coming. You thought they were telling you how they were feeling the whole time, and it turns out they were holding things back, and now they feel like they've been neglected all this time, and you're just like, you didn't see that. You thought they would say something. You thought they would communicate with you better. Now, the challenge cards here that are matching up, your partner's challenge card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Cups. I know that I was going to say wands for some reason, but we'll see where this goes. And you have the Temperance card. These are challenge cards. Alright, I see why we're saying the... Okay. They might be coming forward in a flash to you, but I feel like this is definitely... They do want more of your attention. They need to be very... I think you need to be careful just to see like where the anger is coming from, or just they just need your attention for some reason. They just literally just want to be with you, just want to be next to you, just want to feel your presence next to them. Don't let this linger on too long. If you need to be around your partner more and you want to fix that, which I feel like you do, set up a plan to where you can spend more time with them. Set up something, even if it's like an event once a week, or maybe you watch a show together, maybe you watch a couple different shows together, I don't know, or maybe you're doing something around the house together or the place you live. Set up a couple situations where you can do something that you want to do with them so you can have more time with them. Don't let it linger. Don't let it just don't let it fester, don't let it stew. If you have a couple ideas about what you could do together so they could spend more time with you, even if you're including them in something you do, bring them in on it. Just don't think about it too long. Just make it happen. Because I feel that with this, the fact that the Knight of Cups is a challenge card, is I feel like they could become a little over demanding, and they could put too much energy in this. I just feel like that could be a problem. The balance needs to stay. What I mean by that is like, a little more time with your partner is definitely warranted, and you want to add that in. but you want to make sure that it doesn't become over the top, or obsessive, in the sense of like it's just they're constantly there. You're constantly with them, is like with every moment. They could go overboard, is what I'm getting, and I get that's why the Knight of Cups is in their challenge position. Their challenge is not to go overboard with the situation. You can't be with each other all the time, is what I'm getting, and I know a couple people have told me that their marriages or relationships go a lot better when they have a certain portion of their time away from their partner and a certain portion with their partner. Too much can make it too much. Like literally, it could cause problems. Finding the healthy balance for both of you might take some work, but I'm getting with this Temperance card in your challenge position, don't let it sit. Whatever your first thought is, like we can do this together and we can do that together, then make that happen and just see how it goes from there. And then after a month or so, touch base and see how they're feeling. But be careful that it doesn't get out of hand, because it can get out of hand. And too much can cause problems, is what I'm getting. Like you need some things you do separately. So just be aware of that. What I feel going forward is like I'm getting like you're giving them more time. You are giving your partner more time. I do see that even though you're giving them more time, they're wanting more than they're getting. But I'm getting the fact that you're giving them more is enough. Be careful not to let it become too much. Some couples do need that. They need that separated space. They do need some time alone or away from each other. It seems to make things better. I just feel like your partner could end up feeling a little bit suffocating to you if they're around too much. Doesn't mean you love them any less, but that could cause serious problems. I understand going forward they're still going to want more than you're giving them, but just do a mental check yourself. Is it good? Like, how often are you hanging out with your partner? If they want to be with you every second of the day, like that might be too much. Just keep in mind what's good for you, what works for you where you won't get aggravated or agitated or feel like you're being smothered. Keep that in mind. Because I do feel you giving to your partner more. And I actually feel like as things go forward, you have the Five of Swords here, like you're giving more, but your partner seems to still be unhappy, like they constantly want more, and you're kind of like, I try to do more, but I feel like it's not really correcting the situation. It's kind of like they're getting more, but they're not happy. I feel like they're saying just balance it out. Balance it out. Just, talk to them, consider their feelings, but don't do everything together. You know what I mean? The fact that you gave them some more is good. Do your own mental audit. What would be too much for you? Because I feel like the danger here of you going forward is feeling like you're trying to make things better, but your partner's kind of still not happy. They might have to be a little less than happy on occasion. Like I just feel like if you give too much, it could be too much time together. It could cause other problems. Your partner, I feel like if things go well, if things do go well for them, they're going to come to a point where they realize they can't be around you every moment too, but that you do consider their feelings. They just need to understand that you are considering their feelings. And they have to be thankful for what is coming together. They have to realize you are listening to them. But you literally can't do everything together. I'm getting that Hierophant has to be in the sense of like they need to do things on their own too, and that would balance this situation out where maybe they have things that they enjoy without you around. They need to do things that way too, and I feel like too much could literally cause problems here. I do feel like this is going to balance itself out a little bit if you keep control of it. I feel like I still feel like they want more. When that Nine of Wands comes in, I feel like they're looking at the situation and it's pretty good. And the situation is good. But the fact that they keep wanting more, that could be a self-destructive situation. I feel like if you look at your partner and just, do they do that with other things? Maybe you want to ask yourself that. Do they obsess with things? Do they overdo things? And when they do overdo things, what happens then? Because I feel like there might be an obsessive personality going on here. Just be aware of it. Just see it for what it is. You definitely want to care for them and consider them and give them a little more, but be careful not to do it to the point where it actually backfires. That's all we're worried about is what I'm getting. Don't give so much that you feel smothered. Just be careful. And I feel like that's the message here. I don't think that's really that bad. I feel like that's a heads up. I just feel like that's a heads up, because at that point where you're feeling like you're not giving enough or it's not making a difference, I do feel like it is making a difference. It's just you're going to feel like it's not. And they're saying just be careful. Just don't let yourself get in a position where you feel smothered or suffocated. That's going to cause a whole new breed of problems. All right, that's the message, and I need to let it be. Okay, I'm going to let it be. Let's do Leo singles. What do we have for single Leos? Messages for single Leos. What do we have for single Leos? Single Leos. We'll see where this goes. Not really sure. Not really sure. There's definitely a bump, that's for sure. But there might be a good ending. Maybe. Let's pop out a couple cards and find out. Yeah. Beauty. When I'm pulling this card, I feel like it's knowing if a situation is really for you or not. You may have the interest, you may be attracted to somebody, but just because you're attracted, I've said this recently a lot of times, it seems like, just because there's chemistry doesn't mean it's a good match. You know what I mean? Just because chemistry is not always enough. That's what I'm getting here. So the beauty is like looking at the situation, just because the chemistry's there, is this situation really for you? Okay. Now, I feel like you're completely free. I'm seeing the Death card in the past. I'm seeing the Two of Wands in your thoughts. And I'm seeing the Four of Swords where you're standing. All these together, I'm getting you've completely freed yourself from whatever past relationship you've had. You're ready to move on. You're considering new options. You're taking your time to consider what you want next. But you seem to be completely free of old problems, of old connections. You're not holding on to feelings for somebody in the past. You're ready for something completely fresh, completely new. And what I'm getting here, this isn't that bad actually. You're addressing devastation in the past. You're addressing it. You got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You're addressing pain in the past. You've completely moved on from something that was a very bad situation. And I feel like you're addressing this because, again, you're standing here with the Four of Swords, ready to move forward, but kind of like, I've moved on from a very bad situation. I feel like that's connecting for a lot of you. Moved on from a very bad situation. It's over. You've disconnected yourself, and it's done. But like when I get these two coming in, it weighs on your mind. Like, I want to be careful not to step into a situation that I already know is going to end badly or it's going to hit a rough spot. I don't want to end up going through the same thing I already did. And I feel like if you look back, this last situation, there was a lot of passion with that person at one point, but it ended in disaster is what I'm getting. And you're looking at that, it's weighing on your mind, like, I don't want another disaster. And I feel like you might be seeing that too already, saying to yourself, chemistry's not enough. Chemistry's not going to work if I end up in a train wreck. You know, just because I like the train doesn't mean I want to end up in a mangled mess in that nice train. Like, that's okay. Like, I can appreciate the train, and somebody else can go on the train if it's going to end up in a train wreck. It's not for me. I don't want another train wreck. You've got the High Priestess at the top and the Justice at the bottom. The next relationship, you're going forward, best foot forward. You're looking for something that will succeed. Chemistry is not enough. You need to know that you match with the person you're coming into. The next one you're going to. The next one you're going to be matched up to. You got to know that you match and you're going to be at each other's backs and you're going to help each other and you're going to be there for each other and understand each other and work with each other. Not go at each other and destroy each other and rip each other apart. Again, chemistry is not enough. Especially if chemistry is coming at the price of peace. Like, if you're not going to be at peace but the chemistry is there, is that really worth it for you? I know some people have said to me that that's okay with them. As long as the chemistry is there, they'll work through the other problems. I don't feel like that's for you at this point. Maybe that was in the past, but at the moment you're like, no. We have to be able to get along and have chemistry. I have to have both. You got the Knight of Swords going forward in the imagination. You're literally going forward looking for people who match. I feel like what you're doing is like you're finding people who match your style, your mode, how you communicate, how they communicate. When you see somebody who has seemingly a complementing or this like rhythm, you're trying that out. I'm feeling like you're very careful because you got the imagination. Like you're looking here, like you're imagining things go forward. Like if you're arguing or you're having a difference of opinion or somebody's getting on your nerves on the first date, or they seem to be aggravated with you or complaining, like for example, if you're 5 minutes late and they're complaining about it, you're just kind of like, if that's a problem for you, I think we're already done. You might go on with the date, but you're already like making your judgment. Like if we're already having problems, I'm not willing to go down that route. And I feel like the Knight of Swords with the imagination is like you're looking ahead. You're like imagining what it's going to be like if things keep going the way they are. Sure, some people have moments. That's true, but I feel like the way you're looking at it is like you're going through the date, and if it seems like there's a lot of bumps this far, just already this far, farther down the road it's going to be worse. I do see the the King of Wands in your environment with the health. You're finding somebody, and I feel like the Leo card is strength, I think. I don't know. This matches for me, Leo. This matches for me because Leo's leader energy. The Queen sometimes also matches Leo energy for me. I'm not saying most people read it that way, just for me. Because there's health and there you got the King of Wands in your environment. You are finding somebody who matches you. You're looking for it. There's somebody there. You got to find somebody who can match your energy level, but also match your style of moving forward. If somebody has their own independent life, an independent way, I feel like that's okay. You can work with that. It's just about not being at each other's throats for having differences of opinion, for understanding how you both move and working through that. I feel like there's somebody around you that this does match, and I feel like it's just all about you keeping up your guard and keeping up your standards to find what you really want. I feel like it's going to take you a little bit, and I'm actually getting like, it's not like a perfect match. This person isn't going to be like a perfect, like they agree with everything you say, everything is perfect, you agree with everything they say. But I feel like it's one of those things where you come across this person, you have a difference of opinion, you work it out and you're okay and you move on from it. And it doesn't seem like, one of the things you're worried about is what I'm getting, if this reading is really hitting, is when you have a disagreement, you move on and then they bring it back. And you're like, I thought we were over that. I'm like, well, I didn't have some things, so you go over it again. So you're like, all right, we went through it twice, but now we're over it. And then they come back again. And you're like, a third time? I thought we were over this. It's the repetitious, the people keep bringing things back around. Those are the ones you're going to walk away from. This person, I feel like, yes, you're going to have some differences of opinion with, but you resolve it, move on, and they move on too. And once you realize they also move on, when they say they're over it, they literally are over it the way you're over it. You have other bumps down the road, but you work it out, and then you're over it, they're over it too. That's what you're looking for. Somebody who says they're over it, you feel the same way, and it doesn't come back later. Which, you know, I feel like for the way this energy goes, that seems to work for you. I just feel like you got to find this person, and you're going to go through a few. This person is around you, but it's kind of like, all right, I got to find out, like, is this working? Is this somebody who keeps bringing something back around? Is this somebody who's just constantly at me? Is this somebody who's very upset just if I'm 5 to 10 minutes late, they get all bent out of shape? Like, what's the deal? Or if I'm 5 to 10 minutes late, they constantly bring it up throughout the date. Oh, yeah, well, you were late, or we could have done this, or you were late, or we could have done that. Like, those type of things are going to shoot it in the foot. That's going to sink the ship. Shoot it in the foot, shoot it in the foot. It's going to sink the ship. But when you find somebody who's still, they don't agree with you all the time, but like they go like in the same mode you do. Like they talk it out, you both talk honestly about how you feel, and then you move on. And you literally are done. That's okay. I feel like conflict is not, I don't feel like you're afraid of conflict. It's just one of those things where you think something is solved and somebody keeps bringing it over and over and over. Or it's a situation that something happens and somebody keeps bringing it up over and over and over again later, and you're just kind of like, listen, it already happened. Can we let it go? And they can't seem to let it go. That's what I feel like you're going to move away from. You're going to go through a few people to find this, but the person is there. They're just saying, keep going on these dates, because the person will show up, and you will see them. It'll take you a few weeks to figure out who it is, but once you do see them after a few times, you'll realize who the right match is for you, and that's who you're going to invest with. Are we good? I think we're done. All right, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.